What's going on, guys? It's K-Dog's Kennel coming at you with some more LA Noire. And I do have to apologize that this particular case is kind of starting midway through. The reason being... Actually, there we go. I don't want to... There's the body right there. We get called to the scene here of a brutal murder that has taken place. The victim is naked, hinting why I wanted to come to this part first, do the investigating or whatnot, because I do not want to show the body, because I don't want my channel, I don't want the video getting taken down because of nudity, and I don't want to have, like, any, like, you know, ramifications from YouTube because of that. So, we have to go to the Bomba Club. That's our next location, but, yeah, I don't think the drawing is going to be anything, but yeah. This is all the clues. There's some writing on her body, blunt force trauma to the face and head. She's missing a wedding ring. There are size 8 shoe prints that are by the body. A thing of lipstick found in a bag, and then the Bomba Club lighter, which gives us the clue of the Bomba Club. So that is where we're going to start this case again. I sincerely apologize, guys. I just do not want this video to get taken down due to having, like, you know, full-fledged nudity. I'm not interested in...
You're behind the wheel.
...having my channel get stricken for that. So we're going to head to the Bomba Club.
The werewolf?
For my money, a copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? A big head to hang on your wall. The caller of the decade. You've been working evidence on BD case for 6 months and got nicks.
There's a difference, Rusty.
Oh, yeah?
I just started working it today.
Okay, Hotshot. What's more likely? The werewolf comes back around, leaving us unknown in a corpse?
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the police department as well?
Let me finish, Phelps. A guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stewing. If some opportunist who's been reading about the BD figures, he'll rip off the MO and get himself a freebie.
That's not totally fantastical.
You know, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for police work. There's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder. It was them, locusts.
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand, stationed somewhere else with the armed forces. San Quentin, another town, another country, who knows? So, Phelps, I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work like that, all right? A case will come and find you. You can't make it something it ain't, understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. We would have found him.
Alright, so here we are at the Bomba Club.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss him. Is there anything else?
Yes.
Fire away, Phelps.
There's a lot.
I'll stay here. I'm a little parched. Pour me 3 fingers of rye.
So we're going to talk to this guy here, Dick McCall.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine? Christ. Sure I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
Sure, she's a regular. Celine is... was a lovely woman.
Suspect seen with the victim. Here we go.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention.
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
Truth.
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes. At around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
By getting that question right, you will get this license plate number, which should pop a trophy, if I remember correctly. Bam.
I think this could be a great help,
Round Hills.
sir.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
If you get the question wrong, obviously he won't cough up the license plate numbers, so make sure you get the question right, and you'll get a trophy. So there we go. Ring stolen from the victim.
Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before Jacob.
Doubt.
I think you know where the ring came from, and I think you're going to tell me.
Okay. I bought it years ago. I carried a torch for Celine in those days. Guess I always have. Her old man never knew about it.
Knowledge of the husband.
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a married her when the war was finished. He put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
Yeah, you're a fucking liar, dude.
So if it wasn't Jacob, then you probably let her out of here with the guy who killed her. How do you feel about that?
Stow the attitude, will ya? I tried to get onto Jacob. I rang him up. Asked him to come pick her up, like usual. But he refused. And she picked some night to push him over the edge. I rang him back around 11:30, but got no answer.
Thanks, Mr. McCall. You've been a big help. One more thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
142 North Union Avenue. God knows I had to send her home in enough cabs to remember that.
Alright, so now we gotta go to Celine's residence.
Let's get out of here.
Hey, what's the hurry? My stool was just starting to warm up nicely.
I'm sure it was, you drunk butthead.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Please. Thanks.
Alright, so now go to the murder victim's house or whatever, and
Can you drive to this one?
the Henry residence.
Fine. Where are we headed?
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
Smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job if a healthy thirst offends you, Cole.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. It's worse than I could ever have imagined.
The Henry residence at 10:07 a.m. see what we got going on here.
I'll try the back door. Wait here a second.
Window's obviously been broken. Nobody here.
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
Alright, so right out of the gate we got a newspaper on the floor, so make sure you grab that. Family burned to death. Cops say house fire deaths are suspicious, which we'll learn more about that in the arson desk.
You said I had to go back, Doctor.
Fires are cathartic. They allow you to confront your past.
You said the house would be empty.
Are you taking the medication I have prescribed?
You said the house would be empty. I heard them screaming.
Circumstances were unfortunate. My colleagues had made all the necessary
You
arrangements.
said the house would be empty. You're killing me.
The deaths were unfortunate, but you have dealt with death before.
I want you to come to the clinic and we can deal with it.
You said the house would be empty. How can I find peace?
That'll all be explained later on. Like, the newspapers are basically people and events that we're basically going to come across later on, so. Alright. So let's come in here. We're going to start looking at some of the clues. I think we have one clue in here. Actually, I think we have a couple clues in here. This is her ring that was torn off her finger.
Tiffany? The rest of the stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring. A regular Amelia Earhart in her day. The ring looks distinctive.
There's our victim, so. And then I think we have something on, or the, actually I have a couple things here. Obviously the broken window.
Burglar used the pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
Yeah, this game was set in like the late 30s, early 40s. $30 was a shit ton of money back then.
Celine and Jacob are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband, but Jacob could give us something to
And
go
there
with.
we go. We do want to
When
come
my
out
ex is
here
drunk like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
because a neighbor.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Yeah.
Don't take all day about it, Phelps. I get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Canvass the neighbors, or the neighbor, if you will.
I knew it wasn't.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan! Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. You may want to. Let me follow you. I think you're up to something.
Please. I'm too upset.
Oh, please. You didn't even fucking know her. You did, but you didn't. Anyway, we're going to go to Jacob's apartment.
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
That's right.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
I recognize that guy from the papers. He's a cop.
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, if the broad keeps the house looking like that, she probably deserved it. The skipper says bring him in and keep the hacks off our backs for a while.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you've come to your senses, Cole.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
See what the husband has to say for himself.
Okay, Phelps, we go in hard. You follow my lead.
Almost making a beeline. We got our gun out. We're gonna go in here and fuck this guy up.
You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh, my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
That she's...
We're going to have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus. I'm sorry.
I mean, he's reacting, you know, upset. That's the typical thing to do, you know. I mean, God forbid if something ever happened to my wife, I would be, like, inconsolable. Why is this suitcase packed, sir? Size 11.
Size 11s.
Well, that already doesn't put him,
The atmosphere's thick in here. Wait till you
and the other clue here is this.
He'll be back anymore.
This concealed message. Thanks for the offer. I need you to do something about my wife.
The oldest problem there is, what to do about the old lady.
Let's talk to him. Movements of the victim.
So who
Here
could
we
have
go.
killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
Lie, flat
You
out
know
lie.
where she went, Jacob. You're lying. Why would I help you if you keep lying to me?
Look, I'm telling you, I don't know.
Bomba Club lighter.
We know she went to the Bomba Club.
The bartender there, he calls me if things are getting out of hand, and I go and I bring her home. He called me last night. I said no. Phone rang a couple more times after that. I ignored it. I'm gonna have to live with that.
Last contact with the victim.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
He's actually telling the truth on that.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but right around 9.
Motive for
Why
murder.
did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
What's with the death threat note, buddy?
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you had someone else do it.
You want to back that up with something, Big Mouth?
Yeah, actually, I do. I do, actually. Death threat note.
The note by the phone suggests you meant her harm.
You want the truth? Truth is, I was sick to death of her. I was trying to have her committed.
We're still going to need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're going to tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
Oh, shit.
You're awful hot under the collar for an innocent man, Mr. Henry.
Ooh. Oh. Oh, nice. And I didn't lose my hat. That's actually a trophy. If you get into a fist fight with somebody and do not lose your hat, you get a trophy.
And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
There we go. Keep a lid on. There's the trophy.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt...
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch. But no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc. Operator, give me R&I. Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
Now, what you want to do, you can actually do one of two things. You can either go to Mendez's apartment first. However, I recommend not doing that. I recommend going to
you drive.
Central.
I need to go over the case notes.
To interview Jacob Henry for a second time.
Carruthers said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're going to get.
Where are we at time-wise? We are at about 23 minutes. We're about wrapped up, so it's good.
We have a firm lead, Captain.
Are you questioning my judgment call, Phelps?
No, sir.
Good. I thought not. Jacob Henry is a sub-sister pushed around by his wife. I think with the right kind of persuasion, he might be prepared to seek absolution. Are you prepared to show him the error of his ways, young Phelps?
I don't think he's our man. Galloway agrees with me.
Don't drag me into this.
Rusty is a practical policeman. A bird in hand is always worth two in the bush. Let's liberate a confession from poor Jacob, and the public will sleep easier tonight. Run along now, Phelps. I've warmed them up nicely for you.
Right, so let's go in here and interview him for a second time.
Doesn't look good, Jacob. You're in a big jam here. You lie to me, and I can't help you out. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Yeah. Access to the murder weapon.
What do you do for work, Jacob?
I'm a mechanic. Engines, differentials, transmissions, that kind of stuff.
So you have access to tools.
Yes, I do.
Your wife was brutally beaten with a socket wrench handle, then stomped to death. How do you think that looks, Jacob?
I was home in bed.
You're a fucking liar.
You're full of shit, Jacob. The truth is you hated that bitch. You followed her and dragged her into the car and then took her out to the moors. She woke up and you smashed her face in with a socket wrench.
No.
And then you stomped her. You stomped her because she's a drunken whore and she treated you like shit. You stomped her for all the years you had to take it. You stomped her because you are such a weak fucking sister, Jacob, and you wanted to erase all memory of it. Go on. Try to deny it.
Damn.
I was at home. I should have gone to her at the bar, but I didn't. You can't prove I wasn't home.
Oh, I can. And I will, with the alibi. Club owner McCall reports telephoning Jacob Henry repeatedly on the night of the murder.
I can. The bar owner, McCall, gave you up. He called your house right at the time that someone was smashing Celine's skull in and got no answer. If we find that socket wrench, you're gonna fry. Get it off your chest. Tell me you killed her.
I killed her, all right. I killed her dreams.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She was an aviator. Famous in her day, flying around up there like a bird. But she never wanted to come back down. You know, my pop was a sod farmer, dirt poor. I joined the Corps, trained to be a mechanic. I did better than my father did. I worked hard for it. It's all you can ask of a man. But Celine, she never wanted to come down from the clouds. She wanted everything I couldn't give her. All I had was security. That was never going to be enough.
Lipstick markings.
You did it. Everything points to you. What does Tex mean, Jacob?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's actually telling the truth on that one.
I need a reason to believe you, Jacob.
You want a confession? That's what you want?
That's exactly what we want.
Seems to me there are two types of marriages. First, where the couple love each other equally and everything's roses. And then there's the other, where one person loves the other more than life itself and always puts them first. Chumps like me, who love them no matter what, no matter how badly they behave. That's it. That's my confession. I love my wife. And I'll take any test you got to prove it.
Deterioration of the marriage.
Your marriage was over. You took her in and she threw it back in your face. You didn't go over there to hurt her. It just got out of hand.
It's not how it was.
You're a fucking liar.
You're lying, Jacob. It was falling apart and things got violent.
I'm not lying. I'm telling you how it was.
Marital problems.
Jenny Horgan says you blackened her eye.
It's all right, Jacob. The DA will understand. In your shoes, I would have done exactly the same thing.
I hit her. All right? I'm not proud of it, but she was coming at me with a frying pan. What would you do?
I'd sing.
Took it for years, but sometimes a man can only take so much.
Missing jewelry.
Why did you break into your wife's house, Jacob? Why steal the ring?
What? What are you talking about? I've got a key. Why would I need to break in?
Truth.
You took the ring because you found out who gave it to her.
What are you talking about?
Her prized garnet ring, given to her by her old boyfriend, Dick McCall.
I never knew that. I lived with that woman for 3 years, and I never knew that. In that case, I think you should be talking to Dick McCall.
We'll do the detective work, lunkhead. Just answer the questions.
I'll see what I can do for you, Jacob. But I'm not promising. It still looks bad for you.
Phelps, you failed me, son.
We have another lead, Captain. This guy Mendez could be our man.
I hope so, Phelps. I really hope so. I'm deeply disturbed by your style of police work.
Yeah, well, I'm disappointed in you, you stupid prick. Alright. Let's go finish up this case.
We can still pull down a conviction for the skipper if we chase down this Mendez guy.
Let's go to his place.
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Well, we're heading to Mendez's place, you dummy. That's just gonna work out perfectly, because,
Alonzo Mendez. Sound like a man who moonlights as the werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't want when you're sober.
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
Alright, let's see what we got here with Mr. Mendez. Just a random name. Number 16.
Mendez, apartment 16.
It'll be on the top floor, obviously.
Here, the apartment's up on the top floor.
Gee, what was your first clue? Dizzy.
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in. Take a look around and see what you can find.
I don't think there's anything in this kitchen. I'll fucking say. Who leaves eggs out? Seriously. That's just a waste of freaking food. Oh boy.
Brothers could match the color and brand of the body.
That's not good. And obviously, we got a murder weapon here.
Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
We have the murder weapon. We better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey, what gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
Yeah, like he's not gonna fucking run.
Son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
God bless America.
Mendez, stop right there.
Stop, dude. Give me a break. Why does everybody run?
You don't need to do this, Alonzo.
No, you don't. You really, really don't, dude. It's kind of frustrating. And of course, he's gonna make it to the car. Yup. Get off the thing, bruh.
Get in and drive.
Of course I gotta drive. Really? You can't... Oh my god. I tried to swerve to get out of his... to not hit him, and he just dove in front of the car. What in the hell?
I've got an idea. Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle, and I'll stop the son of a bitch.
Shit. I'm trying.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
Oh, there we go. Traffic stop. There we go.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry. Show me your hands.
Show me your hands, asshole.
I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
Not much you can say. All the evidence in your apartment points right to you, buddy.
You did a grand job, lads.
Thank you.
Phelps, That's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand it.
All right, my friends. That is the end of the red lipstick murder. I did miss 2 clues. I don't know how I missed 2 clues. But there we go. Another 5-star case. 17 of 9. Like I said, I have no idea what clues I missed. But Jacob Henry is left to mourn while Mendez waits in lockup for a visit from the DA. That is going to wrap this part up. Perfect timing as well, guys. I've got to get off here. And actually, my wife will be getting off work here very, very soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys tune in to the other videos in this walkthrough, plus the many others that are on the channel as well. I love you guys, and I will catch you guys later on tonight in the next part. Appreciate you.